Good morning, everyone. I'm at the tables that we set up for the 240 hostages. Each seat has the name of another hostage. The youngest hostage is a little girl at the age of 10 months old. And Friday night we filled all these seats, all 240. And there are 2 rows of 120 each, representing long life, that all of these hostages will be returned to their loved ones and live long, healthy, and happy lives. And the whole community came out to celebrate Shabbat, to pray, to sing, to strengthen our faith in God and our love for one another. Because the 3 things that will bring the hostages home is, first of all, our prayers. And so we prayed together. The second thing is our unity, and we stood together as a community. And the third thing is our Jewish pride, and that's why these tables are set up outside, so everyone can see that we will not cower or hide in the face of anti-Semitism. We will be taller, stronger, prouder, and louder. This week's Torah portion talks about Jacob and Esav, the twin brothers. The first rivalry between Jacob, the Jew, and Esav, the first one who tried to seek the destruction of Jacob. And our rabbis tell us in the Talmud thousands of years ago that unfortunately it's a fact of life. Halacha hi biyadua. It's an everlasting truth that Esav will always hate Jacob. Often people ask, how do you explain anti-Semitism? There's no rational explanation. Why is it that people stand up for every other minority that's oppressed? But the Jewish people have been oppressed throughout the ages. No one seems to stand up for them. On the contrary, people stand up against them. And our rabbis tell us this is embedded in Jewish history, that there will always be Esavs who come up against the Jewish people. But like Yaakov, we must remain undeterred, and we must carry on with faith in God. And like Jacob, who becomes the father of all the 12 tribes of Israel, we will carry on and be fruitful and multiply and continue to increase our strength and our numbers. And indeed, while the Jewish people are the smallest nation in the world, we are the smallest people. We are only about 15 million Jews. We are the largest family in the world because we are all descendants of Yaakov in this week's Torah portion. We are all the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel who come from Jacob. And so we may be the smallest nation, but we're the largest family who are all physically, biologically related to one another. Every Jew has more brothers and sisters in the world than anyone else. And that's something we are very, very proud of. But also at this time, we find that there are many righteous Gentiles, non-Jews, who stood up with the Jewish people and showed determination and speak out on behalf of the Jewish people. And we are grateful for all of our friends in the world that are standing with the Jewish people in this hour. And I want to tell you a story that happened in Israel just last week. There was a non-Jew who moved to Israel, made Aliyah, and he was studying for conversion. And he joined the IDF, and he said, I want to be a lone soldier and convert and become a Jew. And he's been studying for 10 months for his conversion. On October 7th, he was deployed to the south to defend the kibbutzim. And he fought the terrorists valiantly and courageously and killed many terrorists and saved many lives. And last week, his unit was on the border of Gaza, being ready to be sent into Gaza. And he called the Bet Din, the Jewish court in Jerusalem that was overseeing his conversion. And he said, I would like to come to Jerusalem for a few hours and meet with you. And they granted his request, and he met with the Bet Din. And he stood before the Bet Din, and he said, I was wondering if you could expedite my conversion. And he burst out crying, and they said, is everything okay? And he said, I'll tell you, I've seen so much horror in the past few weeks, and I've never allowed myself to cry, and all of my emotions just burst forth. And the Bet Din started to cry with him. And then they said to him, why do you want to expedite your conversion? And he said, because our unit is about to go into Gaza, and I don't know if I'm going to live or die. But if I die, my only wish is that I die as a Jew, defending and protecting my family. Well, the Bet Din gave him the final test right then and there, took him to the mikveh and converted him and sent him back to the front lines. These are the righteous Gentiles around the world. We are grateful to all of the good people of the world of morality, of decency, who are standing with the Jewish people. We invite you Jew and Gentile, to come to the Palm Beach Synagogue, look at the names of those that are taken hostage, and unlike those evil people who are ripping down the signs of innocent hostages, stand with them, pray for them, do a good deed in their merit, and they will feel it, they will know it. It will give them strength, and God willing, they will come home soon to their loving families, and we will celebrate their safe return. Have a good day.